Hi everyone. This week the House Budget Committee advanced the one big beautiful bill, the reconciliation bill. President Trump came to the Hill in the middle of the week to meet with House Republicans to rally everyone behind it. And then this morning we passed it out of the House and sent it over to the Senate. Next week I'm going to make a more comprehensive video about what's in the bill, all the different components. But today we're going to focus on our sheriffs. As you probably know, last week was National Police Week. This week we invited the Utah Sheriff's Association to come out to Washington, D.C. and celebrate with us. I was excited to meet with our sheriffs from Utah's 2nd Congressional District and all across the state. While they were here in D.C., we met with every member of the Utah delegation to discuss how we in the delegation can better support them and prioritize the issues that matter to the sheriffs and to our shared constituents. We also set up meetings between the sheriffs and the Sergeant at Arms, the U.S. Forest Service, the Bureau of Land Management, and other agencies that they interact with in their duties. Between meetings, we also got to have a little bit of fun. I set them up with a tour of the Supreme Court building, and we went on a night tour of the U.S. Capitol. And some of the sheriffs who were visiting were generous enough to share a few of their thoughts in these short videos.
Hi, Sheriff Ken Carpenter from Iron County, the home of Representative Celeste Malloy. It's been a great pleasure for us to be able to be here. We're very much appreciative of her staff and especially her Chief of Staff, Brian Weed, that made this possible for us to come back and meet with our Utah delegation, have the opportunity of speaking with our senators and all of our representatives for all the wonderful work that they do in supporting the sheriff's causes in Utah. We're very much appreciative of the opportunity of taking advantage of some of the historical sites here. The Library of Congress was phenomenal, and we're also very grateful for the opportunity of having been able to meet with the leadership of our federal partners in law enforcement and being able to develop those relationships to better protect the citizens of Utah.
Hello, I'm Corey Stark. I'm Morgan County Sheriff. This is my first time in Washington, D.C. This has been an awesome experience. I appreciate all the historical facts that we have here and all the night tours that Celeste's been taking us to and all the other tours that we've done. I appreciate everything they've done for us.
Hi, I'm Ryan Arvin, Sheriff of Weaver County. I just want to give a big shout out and thanks to Representative Malloy. She's awesome. One thing that's noteworthy, her highest priority is public safety. And myself and several other sheriffs had the opportunity to come out of DC. Her and her staff were able to put together some meetings with ICE, with Bureau of Land Management, with FBI and some other organizations, and we got work done. We solved some issues. We're resolving other problems that we're trying to looking forward working with and get those resolved. It's been great. Representative Malloy, you're awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for putting public safety as your highest priority. Thank you.
Sheriff Paul Wimmer with Tooele County. I appreciate Congresswoman Malloy flying us into DC for this event, and we've had a great opportunity to meet with all our delegation and talk about some challenges we're experiencing, and that's been the most productive part. Probably the funnest part was her personal tour of our nation's Capitol building. It was amazing.
Hi, Sheriff Mike Smith, Utah County. We're here in DC and we've had a great time working with our federal delegation. We've been able to meet with all of them, as well as our federal partners. It's been amazing, the work that we've been able to do in just a couple days. And I want to thank Representative Celeste Malloy and her team and everybody's team for making this possible.
And my name's Tracy Glover. I'm the Kane County Sheriff and the president of the Utah Sheriff's Association. We've had a great trip here as a Utah Sheriff's Association in Washington, D.C. Appreciate Congresswoman Malloy and her staff for putting this trip together for us and for providing the opportunity for us to meet with department heads and our federal delegation on issues that are important to sheriffs across the state of Utah. My favorite thing since I've been here was probably, honestly, arguing the finer points of federal jurisdiction with Senator Lee. I really enjoyed that moment, but the Library of Congress was great. Some of the tours have been great. We did a night tour of the Capitol with, led by Congresswoman Malloy that we really enjoyed and learned some little known facts about the history of the Capitol building in our country. It's been a great trip. We've got a lot done and we appreciate the opportunity.
Our officers sacrifice a lot to keep us safe, and we owe it to them to make sure they know they have our support. Last week, House Republicans passed 2 bills that do show our support. One allows officers to carry concealed firearms in school zones and public federal buildings. The other allows them to purchase their retired service weapons when they leave, rather than having them destroyed at the expense of the taxpayers. We also, in the One Big Beautiful Bill, advanced funding for border security and immigration enforcement, and other things that relieve the pressure on local law enforcement and help keep all of us safe. Thank you to our sheriffs and all of the law enforcement officers in my district, in Utah and beyond, who put their lives on the line every day for us and for our communities. I hope you know that we appreciate you and we have your back. That's it for this week's Highlight on the Hill, and we'll see you next week.